you all can hear me or not, but I've just had one of the most triumphant breakthroughs to healing on a soul level, mind, body, and soul that I have ever had up until this point. And in the next intuitive video that I do, I'll go into depth on the clarity that I just received. And I want to say this, that although for most of us, all of us, it is true that there are people who have betrayed us. Confirmation, thank you, Holy Spirit. And for a select group of us, there have even been people who have plotted, planned, and schemed to steal, kill, and destroy us. Some are no longer here, having succumbed to those ill and malicious intentions. Others of us are still here healing, fighting the good battle. I'm hearing the good, the bad, and the ugly. And although I have been very authentic, transparent, and open about my story, as we all do, there are certain things that I've kept to myself for my own very personal reasons. And to make sure that I stick with this, I'm doing this short video now. I've just gotten through crying, bawling my eyes out, because I just realized my true accountability for the things that have happened in my life up until this point. And I did a video earlier today. I haven't gotten a chance to upload it yet. But I will say this: clear-minded, receptive, mind, body, and soul. And I'm healing. This stage and level is what was preventing me from truly ascending and transcending on to the next level in my life. Because out of everyone else in my life, I was betraying myself. I was keeping myself bound and choke-held within a system of self-sabotage, shame, and disappointment, not only in other people in my life whom I still love dearly, who I want nothing to do with, but the exact same thing goes for me. Myself, and I. Because throughout my life, and this is not a victimization statement, after certain points, I became aware of things that I was allowing to happen to me, or situations that I willingly, unwillingly, it's a double-edged sword here, that I allowed myself to go into. Because even though intuitively emotionally, empathically. I knew that the odds were that it was a falsehood, but I take accountability and ownership of allowing myself into these very dark places, knowing that it would hurt me in some shape, form, or fashion, only because, if only for a moment, I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to feel loved, wanted, secure, even though it was riddled behind compliments and love bombing and breadcrumbing. I allowed myself to put up with that just for the moment of feeling like I belonged, of feeling like I was wanted. But I've said this time and time again, lately especially, I don't know what it feels like to truly be loved, and I don't. For myself, I don't. Not only that, but it is large part due to because I didn't believe that I was worthy to be truly loved unconditionally. I didn't truly see it for myself that someone would love me for who I am, as I am, even present time. And because of that, even up until present time, I've allowed things. I knew. Now, even though I've indulged and never truly overindulged in substances, regardless of what they were, I've never been an addict. I stand on that 10-fold, 20-fold, 30-fold, 40-fold. Never been that. It never will be, regardless of the generational curses on both sides of my family. I am not, nor have I ever been, nor ever will be an addict or addicted to anything. If I would be addicted to anything, it would be food. And that's the God honest truth. But I say that to say that I have allowed myself and knew that people were drugging me, giving me substances that I didn't know or give permission for them to give me, but just for the moment, because I needed that moment to, part of me, to rest, to rejuvenate from whatever circumstance. I just needed a moment to feel covered, and so I would allow it and play along, is what I'm telling myself. And I fought back hard as fuck energetically so that whatever has ever been given to me, confirmation, didn't overcome and succumb me. I knew that up until present time that my sexual activities was being recorded and distributed without my permission. I knew that, or could feel intuitively and empathically, that questions people, most people, and it just recently happened, would be so inquisitive about my life and the things that hurt me and my aspirations. And this is very narcissistic energy, just to turn around and use it against me as a weapon to destroy me, to humiliate me, to embarrass. And again, I'm not saying this from a victim point of view. I'm empowering myself. I'm taking my power back, because they wouldn't have been able to do any of that if I didn't allow them to. And I allowed it just recently, last night. because I wanted to get out the rain. All of my things were soaking wet. And I just wanted to feel, if only for a moment, that feeling. Now, when I got there, it was a totally different story that I was not made aware about. We'll get into that. But the point is, when I found out what it really was, which it wasn't really a surprise to me, I allowed it. And I have to take accountability for that. Because of a temporary, which I know to be for a fact, very temporary, circumstantial situation. And I knew mind, body, and soul that I am and was strong enough to handle it. I still shouldn't have ever allowed myself to handle it for that reason, or for any reason that is a self-projected illusion, or a delusion of an illusion. Because yes, even I delude myself into illusions that I wouldn't allow myself to see the full scope of the truth. I saw the truth, but I wouldn't allow myself to embrace the full truth. And so this is me embracing the full truth. I have been diagnosed with HIV positive. Most important people in my life know this. It's not something that I openly talk about because of those feelings of being abandoned, seen as not wanted, not unloved, confirmation. And I felt like, even with my knowledge, even today, that it's not a death sentence, I felt like it would, for the people who call themselves loving me, supporting me, or even being attracted to me, would now find me disgusting, which I felt like most people saw me that anyway my entire life, just because of who I am and how I am naturally. I have no mental health illnesses. I'm quite lucid, okay? And I know that I am being healed at this moment, because this step was the only thing preventing me from fully healing. How could the divine God, the Holy Spirit of the Most High God, get the glory if I'm keeping the test of my testimony to myself? The most important part. Confirmation. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And I realize that a lot of people, whoever is remaining may turn their backs on me, because most of them have already without even knowing. Okay? They just turned their backs on me because they want to see me in hurt, harm, and danger. And that's fine, because I'm still here. After all of that other stuff that you've ever heard me speak out on is absolute truth. But here's some more. I was diagnosed HIV positive. And I am now, as they say, I'll put it this way, because one of the reasons I was never really open about it is because I didn't want to claim it. I had a knowing ever since I was a kid, I was a young kid, that someday I was going to catch HIV as part of my gift, intuitively. But I also saw in a dream that I was healed from it. And the nurses and doctors said, they took my labs, they said, well, it's not here anymore. We know you had it. It was there. We seen it. But it's gone, no trace. Not undetectable. HIV negative. And let me just say, at this point, this is the most profound and biggest step I've ever taken in my life, my journey. I can't be the leader that I am called to be if I don't go there, and I have to go there. And when I tell you, when I say this, all my cards are out on the table. I can't even say that I'm scared, because one thing that life has taught me about everything that I've been through is that even when people smile in your face and promise that they got your back, they will watch you in torture. Not only watch, they'll stand by and not do a damn thing. And not only that, they'll talk about it, they'll gossip about it, they'll create groups about it, point, laugh, and mock, not even realizing that they're contributing to their own downfall by maliciously participating in the downfall of another. They now say that I have AIDS. I believe my CD4 count 14. Actually, they said less than 14. I've been in 4 hospitals in less than a month. Now, let me just say that I know that the Holy Spirit has guaranteed me a long life, a very long life and longevity. I know that, and I believe it. I've seen it. But the thing that was holding me back were not the karmics, were not my family, were not the countless people who betrayed me and hold malicious intent towards me. It was myself. I was holding me back. I was keeping myself from the promise because of shame. Shame. I've lost most of the people in my life already, living or dead. It's literally just me and maybe a couple of folk. There's a few folk I hold dear. I hold everybody that I've ever loved throughout my life, I hold dear to my heart, but they're not near. And I will love all of these people unconditionally. That's how I love, because I had to learn to love myself unconditionally. But you can't come over here, okay? So I was diagnosed HIV positive. Now I have AIDS, so they say, because I never really fully accepted that. That's why I never really talked about it, okay? But that's what they say. CD count, CD4 count, whatever it is, less than 14. I can honestly say I don't look like, even now that I got these bags and I've been crying my eyes out, and I've been in the same clothes since yesterday. I'm no longer worried. I won't say that I'm never worried or will never be concerned, but I know that I'm not going to succumb to my period. The negative. It's not going to happen. Because if it hasn't happened by now, it's not going to happen. And I'm not going to allow it to happen. And I'm not going to allow anybody else to force it to happen. Okay? So all of these people, masculine energies, male or female, that continuously try to dominate me, kiss my ass. Okay? And no, that's why I'm a side. I rarely have penetrational sex. Truly. Rarely. We'll play. And if there is penetration, then they know what's up. I don't do that stuff to people, okay? So, again, and I'll do a reading on this. I don't know if I'm going to post this on Facebook, but it's definitely going on my YouTube. I might go ahead and, But to those of you all, and yes, my family knows, one of the many reasons that they treat me the way that they do, although this treatment started way before this even occurred. It started when I was a kid. But I'll tell you this, as God as my witness, my living witness, the Holy Spirit of the Most High God, the divine, the universe, cosmic source energy, under the all, I promise you this, I will be fully healed. I am healing at this point, mind, body, and soul. And I declare, this is a bold statement, that within 2024, I will be HIV negative. Not positive, no AIDS. And this is not a bet. This is something that I'm stamping my claim on as a chosen one, as a divine femme masculine, as somebody who moves intentionally in unconditional love and empowerment. A leader who creates other leaders, and not a leader who just wants to dominate other people. Because that's not a real leader. That's a coward. That's a pussy. That's somebody who's weak. Okay, please understand that any time that you have to be dominant, unless it's role playing, okay, that's your business, that BDSM shit, and that's not my shit. But unless it's something like that, in my humble opinion, if you constantly try to dominate other energies, it's because you are weak and you can't find the own power within yourself. So you have to usurp it, deceive and manipulate it from other people. Okay? So again, this is my truth, my full truth, me accepting my full accountability on all ends of the spectrum, the good, the bad, and the ugly in my life, and the part that I've played to allow things, even when I knew it was happening to me at the moment, I allowed them because I need to feel loved, safe, protected, because I never was, only by my papa, Marcellus Julian Leonard, and by lady, my auntie, Rhonda Mae Bryson. She did the best that she could to protect me. Anybody else in my life? No one protected me. If you weren't a bystander, then you were a participant. And to me, a bystander who allows this type of stuff to occur is a participant. Okay? So, I'm prepared for the hate. I mean, I'm used to it by now. By the bashing. By the non-support, because y'all don't support me anyway. Most of y'all don't. In all of my endeavors, there's a select few of you all that do, truly, authentically, and I'm so grateful and humble for you, however many, even if it's just the one. Thank you. I love you unconditionally. But this is my truth. Me finally accepting it fully. And knowing that I will no longer allow myself in any type of situation that's going to put me in danger simply because I'm in need of something, seemingly at the moment, or something circumstantial going on. I will never allow somebody to poison me, mind, body, or soul, just so that I could have that moment of safety, of security, of false love, of a false wanting. That's that for now, folks. As soon as I am able to get to some electricity, I'm gonna power up, upload this last reading. It was about, what, an hour, 8 minutes, and I'm gonna do another video. If you truly love and support me the way that I so desire, but I now have that truly within myself, I would appreciate that. I would appreciate my true soul tribe stepping up and forward with and for